mustachioed plumber that everyone seems to know. If you're a gamer or not, Mario and his good old brother Luigi are the innocent characters we all know and love. The face and mascot of Nintendo just seems to bring people together. The childlike presence that Mario has seems to make Nintendo's games family fun for everyone to enjoy. The year was 1985, and a small playing card company in Japan decided to give America something that shaped the way video games are today. Nintendo was a company based in Japan. They released the Famicom in 1983 to Japan. Famicom means family computer, so as you can see, back then, Nintendo aimed towards the family-friendly area. By this time in America, the great video game crash occurred, which pretty much just caused all the video game companies, such as Atari, to lose business, as parents thought video games were just a phase. Thanks to that small company in Japan, video games are now a massive part in our culture. With a great console, a great library of games, and one hell of a mascot, we got the NES. Out of the huge success and hype of the Nintendo Entertainment System, out arose many great franchises. The Metroid series, Mega Man, and my personal favorite all-time franchise of a video game ever, The Legend of Zelda. But one stood above the others, higher than Capcom was when they canceled Mega Man Legends 3. And as we all know, that's pretty freaking high. But that one thing that rose above was a little game that came with the system, called Super Mario Bros. Now, Super Mario Bros. Was definitely not your average platformer. Mario kick-started the platformer genre into spinning motion as him and his brother Luigi punched, ran, and jumped through the levels of the Mushroom Kingdom. The plot was simple. Save the princess and kill the bad guy. And as we all know, that plot still remains in the Mario games to this day. Mario began to be known as a hero among children and adults alike. Among gamers, he still remains a legend. And for most of us, he defines the word childhood. I grew up with Mario, as most of my gaming colleagues did. Mario is a friend and a perfect example of a hero. I have played nearly every single Mario game and have yet to be disappointed with any. Shigeru Miyamoto definitely knows what he's doing with his video games. He's made perfect games such as The Legend of Zelda, Pikmin, and Mario. Mario being one of the most beloved games of all time. So I thought I would throw together a list of my top 5 favorite Mario games. The rules still apply as all of my other top 10 videos. No spin-offs, no non-canon games, and for you guys watching this, let me stress this. It's my opinion! Always have people who cannot wrap their heads around the word opinion. Seriously. Don't comment saying, "Oh, the game sucks, you're a faggot, blah, 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 I'm gonna troll you so hard, blah, it's gonna hurt your feelings, blah." No. Look up the definition of the word opinion, then comment. Okay. Just get that out of my head. Just get that over with. So, if you do have any games you like more or less, please feel free to make a video response. I love hearing everyone else's opinions. So, like always, I hope you guys enjoy. So, how about we shimmy down the pipeline and stop Bowser? I was near the age of 4 and 5 with my new GameCube. I hear there's a new Mario game. I must get it! I take it home, from rental of course, and fall in love with it within the first few minutes of gameplay. I think it's sad that people hate on the game for its originality. Now yes, I can really understand being upset about not getting Mario 128, which was shown off at E3. But, come on man, Sunshine was great. It had a solid storyline. It really took a break from the same plot. Like I stated before, most of the Mario games have the same kind of plot, say Peach or Daisy and Bowser, but like I said, it's good to have a little bit of a break. And what was really cool about Sunshine, you go off to a tropical island, there's blobs everywhere, and you have to spray them off with a water gun. I'm not going to spoil the story for you, but it just had a really original storyline, and it was really fun. It also had really good music, as always, as all of the games that Koji Kondo composes. He always does a good job with that. And it also had a very, very enjoyable set of gameplay. I could encase hours into this game and still not get bored. I think it's very underrated, and it's definitely a super fun game on the GameCube. If you haven't played this game, you need to go check it out. It's really underrated, and it's really fun, too. The Super Nintendo has been released. Everyone is still head over heels about the NES and the amazing trilogy of previous Mario games. Then Nintendo comes along and releases Super Mario World, With an amped up soundtrack, a pumped up gameplay, and a great graphical enhancement, Mario World was the Hulk Hogan of Super Mario Brother games. Now I know people will all be like, oh, how is this game so low on your list, Shadow? You're a liar. This game is the best game in the world, okay? Well, like I said, it's my opinion. I love the game immensely. It's a great game, but I have more favorable games. Now, don't get me wrong, Super Mario World is a spectacular game. I just have more favorites. Mario World is one of the best games on the Super Nintendo, and by far, one of the best Mario games of all time. Alright, so let me start off by saying something special about number 3. Super Mario Galaxy is freaking amazing! I love Galaxy with a passion. Nintendo stepped up to the plate and knocked it right out of the park like Super Mario Sluggers. Although it's not HD, since every single person in the world that doesn't even play Wii seems to care so much. Galaxy literally takes a dump on the modern games and kicks them right into the nuts. It has a phenomenal soundtrack. Matter of fact, here, listen to this. See? Amazing. It has a great atmosphere. It was a very unique change for a Mario game. It took us somewhere new, which is more of a journey. It had great characters, a great new 3D aspect, and just an overall new style of play. Nintendo packed so much time, beauty, and creativity into one massive game. The world was ginormous, the story was perfection, and all over, Mario Galaxy was one of the best, most influential games of the Wii itself. I honestly think it is by far one of the best Wii games ever. Of course, right under Xenoblade. But all kidding aside, it was definitely one of the best Wii games ever. And to be quite frankly, I think Super Mario Galaxy really just stood up, and they didn't care from all the Call of Duty games and everything. I honestly think that this outshines as one of the best platformers, one of the best games ever. And I honestly think it is one of the best games of all time, let alone being a great Mario game. It is a perfectionate game. It has such a good soundtrack, such a good storyline, and such good graphics. I'm not the person to care about that, but the 3D aspects and everything was great. And I honestly think Super Mario Galaxy was one of the best games of all time. Alright, before I start number 2, I know most of my viewers will be like, Shadow Raven, a huge N64 collector not having Super Mario 64 as his #1 video game that includes Mario. Blasphemy! And yes, I can quite understand your curiosity about that, but it's actually not my favorite. I did grow up playing it, and honestly, I find it one of the best N64 games of all time. But I think that some of the things in the game were considered satisfactory. Now, I'm not gonna bash it because it's an older game. It revolutionized 3D graphics for its time. But that stupid camera pisses me off so much. Honestly, I would kill that thing if I got the chance to. You're climbing on a platform? Nope. The camera's just gonna spaz out and look the opposite way. Really makes me mad. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love the game like I love my mother, and that is just one minor flaw in the game. How about we talk about the pros of the game? Like I said previously, Super Mario 64 changed the way games worked. It revolutionized 3D games, and more importantly, it revolutionized 3D platformers. It also had a great soundtrack, too. Here, listen. If I ever had to summarize my entire childhood, that track would honestly be it in MP3 format. I love it so much. But that ill used to literally scare the crap out of me as a kid. It pretty much traumatized me. But anyways, the game was a huge step up from its predecessor's library of games. Now, like I was saying, the Super Nintendo is still a great console, but Super Mario 64 just blew it out of the water. It was insane for its time. It totally stepped up to the PS1, and it sure did it right. The world was very large for a cartridge-based game, as well as the graphics being nice on a card as well. It did polygons really nice, and the entire graphics were just really, really good. Overall, I insanely love this game. I know everyone who owned an N64 has at least played this game once. And for its time, it was revolutionary. It still is a great game. It's worth playing if you haven't played it. If you overlook the camera, which is pretty dang hard to do, this game is outstanding in general. It is such a good game. It has a great story, great plot, great characters, great everything. And it's definitely one of my favorite N64 games of all time. And I honestly think that it was definitely one of the most influential games that kind of kickstarted the 3D graphics to this day. It's one of the most revolutionary games and definitely influential for its time. Alright, so I know number one may be a shock to most. Super Mario Bros. 3 is my all-time favorite Mario game. Not only did it step up the previous Mario games that were on the NES, it also just all around was a fantastic game. It had its own cartoon. It skipped over Super Mario Bros. 2 and had its own cartoon. It had a huge fan base, a huge amount of fun inside the game, and just a huge game for the NES. It has so many different tales and cameos like the Wizard, and that was pretty big. It's so bad. It has an upbeat soundtrack, and also, a little bit of a cool fact here, the warp whistle noise is actually the same noise as the intro in Ocarina of Time. So if you didn't know that, there's your little gaming history of the day. So you guys learned something new today if you didn't know that. It also has a great atmosphere of 8 challenging worlds, and believe you me, it's a very challenging game. It's very fun too. And it also just has a really cool style all around. Overall, it's just a fun little game to play, very challenging, yet fun for the entire family to enjoy. It's by far my favorite Nintendo Entertainment System game, and as you can see, it is my favorite Mario game as well. It's a very fun game. It's such a good game, and it's fairly cheap. I would say around $10 to $15 if you guys are looking for it. It's on the Virtual Console as well, so you guys got to check it out. It's a really fun game, and if it's my favorite Mario game, it's got to be pretty good. So you guys really need to check it out. It's a really fun game, really challenging, and every single thing about it just really appeals to my senses, and I'm sure most of you other retro gamers can agree with me. Super Mario Bros. 3 is a fantastic game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love Mario so much. I hope you like seeing my personal favorite Mario games by the almighty Miyamoto. Make sure you guys post your favorites as well as a video response. I'd love to see them. I really enjoyed doing this video. It took me a while because my computer was being kind of mean to me. But anyways, make sure you subscribe too. It really helps me out. It helps me out a ton. And it really means a lot to me too that you guys support me in what I do. And it makes me keep wanting to go and gives me that drive to be like, well, my fans enjoy seeing what I love to do. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hope you guys have a great holiday season as well, because I'm doing this on Christmas Day, and I got me a Wii U, and I'm happy about it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, make sure you post your favorite Mario games down below. And as always, God bless and happy gaming.